What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're going to continue on with Creep Caught. Most terrifying videos you shouldn't watch alone. This video, just like the part one video of this video, is going to go into the most disturbing videos on the net. I'm sorry. I am recording the second part of this video right after recording the first part, and I didn't look into what is the title of the playlist for most disturbing videos on the net. Actually, I think that's it right there. Most disturbing videos on the net, because we have an array of different videos within this one with my guy over here, Creep Caught. So I'll put his information in the description section and the original link to this video so you can watch it without my commentary. With that being said, let's go.
Video was filmed by a man visiting one of Indonesia's most haunted cemeteries, said to be cursed by the spirit of a Pontianak. In local folklore, a Pontianak is the vengeful spirit of a woman who died in childbirth, and legend says this one appears at midnight to drag victims to the underworld. Skeptical, but curious, the man decides to film his late-night visit to prove there's nothing to fear. At first, everything seems normal, until he hears movement in the darkness nearby. Spooked, he shines his flashlight down a cemetery path, and what he sees stops him in his tracks.
Satu, satu, satu truk, satu, dua, saraba, anjing, anak gue. Tukangan.
The figure stands motionless in the beam of his flashlight, just staring at him. But when he rushes to the spot and looks around, it has completely vanished, as if it was never there. Locals who saw the footage weren't surprised. They say this is exactly how a Pontianak appears and disappears, always at midnight, always watching, always waiting. So, what do you think? Did he capture proof of Indonesia's most feared ghost, or is there another explanation for what he saw?
No. That's all fake. And for some reason, there's a lot of these kind of videos that are popular with these guys from, international waters from out there. And they're creating this little film festival, independent film festival of scary sightings. And this is what you get. This is what you get. I mean, honestly, was that his language? I didn't catch what type of language that is, but is that what was he really saying? Hi, hold on, what the f? Is that the translation? But yeah, I wouldn't believe not a word about this, and let's keep it moving.
Photo takes us back to 1956 at East Church in Kent, England, a historic building that has stood for centuries. According to Ghosts of London, the photo captured something that shouldn't have been
I've seen
there.
this
What
before.
seemed like a normal shot of empty pews revealed a transparent figure sitting in one of the front pews. The ghostly outline, dressed in dark robes, appears peaceful and unaware that it was being photographed, clearly visible but translucent. The figure seems not entirely of this world. The church dates back to the 12th century, and many believe this could be the spirit of someone returning to a place that once mattered to them. The photo has been...
So I've seen this video before already, and yeah, you know what? After seeing it a couple of times, I mean, my first reaction was like, I believe I said something like, these church benches, they have, like the structure of it. This could have been like one of the bench's legs, and it's just, nailed from behind going under from, but not all of them has it. So, I kind of just rubbed that off. But this photo, after analyzing it a couple of times, could it be? Mind you, I'm the guy that says that top 3 most haunted locations are cemeteries, hospitals, and churches. But could this be one of those incidents when you are using that type of camera? They use, the film, and you accidentally or purposely take a picture on top of another? Could it be that there are two pictures in one here? Because this the figure of the priest, because you could see the necktie and everything. I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. It looks like he's posing, right? What's interesting is that this is taking up four rows. One, two, three. Yeah, four rows. And it is interesting, but could this be that kind of instance?
Become one of England's most famous ghost images, and experts say there's no evidence of tampering or double exposure.
This guy read my mind. Double exposure. So if there is evidence of that not being the case, then that, ladies and gentlemen, was a very good catch for a photo.
Zach S. says that just after midnight, he and his friend Brandon were exploring a tunnel in Shanks Ferry, Pennsylvania, which locals say is extremely haunted. While they're looking around, something happens that completely chills them to the bone.
What is that? I hear it sounds like boots, like wet boots walking over here.
Well, I heard that too, but did you hear the like low, like
Yeah!
it's like a male,
Yeah, that's what I was describing as a growl.
like a male grunting.
Same what?
The two guys hear what sounds like someone moving in the tunnel, which really freaks them out. When they try to investigate, a loud, wailing moan suddenly comes from somewhere very close, terrifying them. They end up running, screaming back to their car in complete panic.
Same what?
So, did Zach and Brandon really hear a ghost stomping around and making all that noise? What do you think?
Find another hobby. Find another hobby. You're not built for this. Yes, that could have all been real. Their actions, their reaction to it is authentic. But, I am coming from a biased kind of opinion because I am a paranormal investigator. I do go out in the field and investigate paranormal activity. Right now, one of my favorite things to do is going to abandoned locations that are reported to be haunted. That's my thing right now. You guys go to TikTok Shorts. I have a bunch of Stranger's Journey, paranormal findings, and yeah, it's about my time out in the field. But these guys, they're not built for this. You're going to hear a noise. You're out there looking for evidence of the paranormal. You get it. And your thought process is that you're going to scream running away from a sound. You're not built for this. Look for a new hobby. Flip coins somewhere.
TikTok user named Carrie posted a chilling video recently. She's had encounters with the paranormal since she was 10, often seeing dark, shadowy figures in her bedroom, and they seem to have never left. Not long ago, while watching horror videos with her boyfriend, she noticed the curtains beside him moving strangely. She grabbed her phone to record, and what she captured was truly disturbing.
Oh, Jesus, hell! That was. What is it doing? What is it doing? What in the.
As the camera zoomed in on the curtains, faint shapes that looked like fingerprints appeared on the fabric. Her skeptical boyfriend dismissed it, saying it was just the fan, but these weren't random movements. They looked like invisible hands pressing from the other side. Many believe that showing fear only strengthens whatever supernatural force is there. If this keeps happening, Carrie might have to face it head on, because this haunting doesn't seem to be leaving anytime soon.
What? I mean, where were they? Didn't he say they're in a hospital? Where? What? I didn't catch the beginning of where they were. Why would she have to face something head on if it's not their home? Right? Because if they're in a hospital, all they have to do is just deal with it until they get out. I mean, it looked like a hospital. Now if it's their home, that's a different story. Yeah, you might have to look for explanations as to how that could be done. But I'm telling you right now, that was not no fan or blower or a central AC. No, those looked at like pointy, um, point. Well, yeah, it could have been fingers, right? Something pointy going through the curtains. Now, her reaction seemed authentic. I have to say, it seemed authentic, but could I? There might be no natural explanation for this unless it was AI created. That's about it.
In a dense forest, a man has a terrifying encounter.
For whatever reason, they're pretty close to the house this morning. Just out of sight, like usual. I gotta get to the truck to get to work. I don't really want to leave this porch.
While in his cabin, he hears a deep growl echoing through the trees. Despite the menacing sound, he stays calm but hesitates, unsure of what might be waiting outside as he gets ready for work. Fortunately, the creature stays hidden. Sarah had
Nah, dude. The hell? I mean, that sounded like a legitimate animal, like a mountain lion, right? Depending on where he is, that is some sort of animal. Hell yeah, I'll be hesitant to go to work. I'll be right up on my phone, sir, boss. Sorry, I can't make it into work today because I don't want to get eaten by this invisible lion. That was wild, dude. Yeah, I that to me that is a real capture. Now, what kind of animal? Where are you, sir? We need more information. Is that noise a animal that is a norm for your area? Because it did seem like a feline kind of growl, and yeah, but it sounded like dude, like it wasn't far. It was like close. Could you imagine living somewhere where you hear this on a norm? Hell no.
just tucked her daughter into bed and was getting comfortable to watch TV in the living room. It was a calm, quiet night. Everything seemed normal. Then, suddenly, she heard a familiar sound from her daughter's room. A toy had started playing music on its own. Feeling confused and a bit uneasy, she grabbed her phone to capture what was happening on video.
My daughter's been asleep for 2 hours.
Lucky. You're about to wake her up.
She's all the way over there. How is this standing up perfectly upright and turned on? She can't reach that. Hi, baby. And she's dead asleep when that thing just came on. There's no way.
Sarah carefully steps into the dimly lit room, aiming her camera at the toy. It's perched upright on the desk, out of reach, playing music on its own. Shaken, she quickly turns it off, her breath unsteady from the unsettling sight. Afterwards, she mentions reaching out to paranormal experts, hoping they can explain or stop the strange happenings in her home. She's left questioning whether this is just a harmless glitch or something far more eerie. A man
All right. So first and foremost, ma'am, keep your composure. Right? Like tone it down 10 notches. If this is real paranormal activity, at least you know that it's not harming your child. The way you were mentioning this incident, it seems like it's just turning on a toy. Now, I understand that, Hollywood, you know, gullible people around the net where, paranormal victims, like I would call yourself, paranormal victims would jump on social media to try and find answers and maybe solutions. Gullible people are going right away gonna tell you, oh, it's a ghost, it's a demon. No, no. You might be fueling the entity with your actions. Remember that. That's one. Two, if that toy constantly keeps on going off and it's unnerving you, trust me, your child won't even notice it missing if you get rid of it or replace it or just get rid of it. Now, if another toy starts turning on and you just so happen to keep on, experiencing this, yes, reach out to paranormal, investigators, do your research because there are paranormal investigators that would take this opportunity to make a viral video and use the paranormal field to make a quick buck, not caring about you and your child. It has happened. Unfortunately, there are I know a lot of amazing investigators and they don't have a television show. They're not, high ranking paranormal investigators. And I would choose these guys to watch my back over anybody you see on television. Keep your composure, do your research, get somebody to help you, but you need your energy reflects off into your child. So if you are acting like this, I could only imagine that you are scaring your child. Paranormal activity, it's not this scary, I understand that people fear what they don't understand. But keeping your composure is number one thing to do when you are facing paranormal activity in your household. Get help. And I'm sorry, we're kind of actually jumping into a solution of getting help. I spoke with a good friend of mine, Joe Frankie. He is an apprentice of Ed and Lorraine Warren. He worked with them. They're his family. Ed and Lorraine Warren is like his family, and he's worked with them through and through. I spoke with him, and he gave me some great advice because I wanted to help an entity that I felt was stuck in Kings Park Psychiatric Center in Kings Park, New York, an abandoned psychiatric center. And he told me straight up, just, talk to this entity as though like you're talking to a person. They're a person, not in physical form. So I would say, first, don't antagonize it. Do not go in there with like, F you, get the out of my house. No, because you might piss it off. But go in there, talk with a stern voice with authority. Be professional. Talk stern and have the entity to please leave your house. Move on. You never know. Have you lost a loved one? Because if your answer is yes, if you lost a loved one, what if this is a loved one putting this toy for your child to sleep? And what if you're acting like this and being pissed off and you're talking to your grandmother? You know? Hell no, hell no. Keep your composure.
Was out shopping, carrying his dog in his arms as he walked through the aisles. At first, everything seemed normal, but then his dog began squirming and twisting, clearly desperate to get down. Confused, the man tried to calm it, assuming it was just restless. After a few tense moments, the dog slipped from his grip and hit the floor, and what happened next was truly strange and unsettling.
Oh, the fuck?
The video captures something invisible bending the man's finger painfully, even though no one or nothing was visibly there. What makes it especially unsettling is that ghost encounters rarely cause real physical pain. Seeing something unseen inflict actual discomfort is both frightening and unusual. The man looks shocked and confused, clearly rattled by what happened, and viewers are left wondering what could have caused such a bizarre event during an otherwise ordinary shopping trip.
Let's go back.
Painfully, even though no one or nothing was visibly there. What makes it especially unsettling is that ghost...
Perfect pause. Perfect pause. Not for nothing, but that's a long ass finger. Okay, check this out, you guys. Common sense. If your finger is being bent this way, I can't even go that far back. Let's see if I could do this. If your finger is being bent this way, right? I can't even go as down as this guy. Why is your initial reaction to hold it like this? Right? Wouldn't you bring up the finger back? What I mean, eat that even there's no way. I was a massage therapist within the physical therapy field for 20 years, and there's no way this is a muscle spasm. This is not a cramp. But common sense dictates that if your finger's being bent backwards, you should bring it back and not hold it like this while you let your finger get stretched out. To me, due to that alone, this is a fake video. That's a long ass finger. I think something here happened. Probably some editing. That dog wasn't moving. Could it be that, I don't know. Was it a fake dog? All of this. It just so happens that the security camera caught this perfectly while the guy is centered in the middle of the store. I'm just saying.
Encounters rarely cause real physical pain. Seeing something look shocked and confused, clearly rattled an otherwise ordinary shopping trip. A mother from Arizona named Dakota has a daughter who used to
Beautiful eyes. Nice jawline.
Have night terrors, but then Dakota realized something strange was actually happening.
Your children are having night terrors. If they're waking up in the middle of the night screaming, freaking out, I need you to watch this.
Dakota's daughter began having night terrors at a very young age, waking up screaming as if something was in her room. Concerned, Dakota asked online what might be happening, and everyone said it was just night terrors. So she dismissed it as a phase until her daughter started talking to someone or something in the house, and Dakota began capturing unexplainable events on camera.
My daughter started talking to somebody, like saying hi to things that are like 7 feet tall. Everyone says like, oh, it's just a common part of growth, or maybe it's because you and her dad are fighting. I just blew it off. Her toys would just go off by themselves.
Her daughter's toy started turning on by itself, but Dakota didn't think much of it at first, assuming it was a malfunction or just how the toy was designed, until it kept happening with other toys as well.
And I have like a post on Facebook and I'm like, hey guys, does anyone know like why this would happen? And a lot of people came up with these answers like, oh, it's the radio waves. And some people are saying it's designed, like those toys are designed to draw the attention of the kid. So I just let it go. I thought that maybe it was just designed to do that. Or maybe it was the radio waves. I just didn't pay much mind to it. But it didn't just happen once. It happened multiple times. I have multiple occasions on camera where this happened. One toy goes off.
Well, if it's, I don't see this being radio waves. I definitely see it as a design feature for a toy to go off to get the attention of your child. Although that's, kind of annoying to buy a toy like this. Not for nothing. If on the box it says it turns on so and so time due to this function, I will not buy it. Sorry, but yeah, it could have been designed to do that. Or, not for nothing. Let's see the rest of this video for me to give my 2 cents because it's not gonna be pretty.
And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. I threw it away the next day. And I'm telling you, this toy was a toy that had like 17 different little soundtracks by Fisher Price. That'll be like, oh, blah, 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 it's the color. Instead, what it did was, no, I threw that away. I threw that away so fast. And the next day, a different toy, and I threw it away. Each time I threw them away. I'm like, not doing this. I threw it away. A different toy went off. For 6 days, a different toy would go off. And on this piano, you have to touch multiple spots. You can't just touch one spot and the rest goes off. You have to touch multiple spots. And this piano was like, like just.
After all the strange happenings with the toys, Dakota decided to set up security cameras around the house. Not long after, one of the cameras captured something completely terrifying.
I saw this.
A bowl suddenly falls off a shelf, but did you catch it? A pale hand seems to emerge from the shelf against the wall, pushing the bowl off before disappearing. Even creepier, after the bowl drops, Dakota's 2 dogs get up to investigate, and a third pale, gray-haired figure suddenly appears, peeking from the couch nearby. But the dogs don't seem to notice it. Dakota then adds a brief update on the video.
And you look at this video, and it is a demon baby. It disguised itself as a baby. It's my toddler's size. It has half of a face and it has hair. My daughter was bald. My daughter looked a lot like that. So who is this baby sitting on my couch with hair when I clearly went out there and didn't see anybody? After seeing that, I got spooked because something's in my house. Something's trying to torment my kid. She's been having night terrors, which do not blow off your kid. If they have night terrors, it is a spiritual attack.
Things got even stranger when Dakota had to put one of her dogs down after it became aggressive, attacking a neighbor and growling at her young daughter with a wild, wailing stare. After seeing a demonic figure that resembled her daughter, Dakota believes the dog wasn't angry at her daughter herself, but at the entity attached to her. The dog was likely stressed from encountering this figure nearly every day in the house.
One of you mentioned, like, am I sure that I didn't have another animal? I was absolutely sure that the only 2 animals that I had were the one sitting on the couch that you could see that kind of got up to investigate. This comment right here, that it's scary that my dog didn't notice it, that was my first thoughts, because I thought that kids and
It seems like she is kind of feeling off all of this commentary. Now, when I first originally saw this video, it did not show the hand pushing the bowl. The bowl did fall. Now, that figure that kind of popped up behind the crib and started looking around, that's a cat. And don't tell me you didn't have a cat. We saw 2 dogs and a cat in your last video. What makes you think that's not your cat? Like, I'm sorry, but I didn't believe it the first time I saw it, and I don't believe it now. It feels. And I'm sorry, I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. But if you're trying to look for attention, you're going about it the wrong way. Why are you looking for answers with paranormal from your followers? Like, come on now. You have a child. Let's respect the fact that you're a mom and you're getting freaked out because you feel that your child is getting affected with night terrors, but you're going to post all of your videos and not find professional help. If you have a freaking bump turning blue on your skin, are you going to take a picture and post it on Facebook, or are you going to go to a dermatologist? Like, come on. That's why God blessed us with a brain. Let's start using it. I do not believe this video at all. That was a cat that popped his head. Now, that hand pushing the bowl, that's new. I didn't catch that first thing around, but her information is not adding up. And the way she's, almost serving or, like giving herself into all of these little comments and, people just talking about what they're seeing, because the people commenting, that's perfectly fine, but it seems like you're feeding into that. You're not getting help, you're just getting clout.
Animals were both susceptible and sensitive to the spiritual realm. I guess not all the time. I mean, I guess same with the fact that spirits roam the earth 24/7. Just because kids don't see it 24/7 doesn't mean that they don't see them periodically. So I think that's what happened with my dogs. I think they from time to time did sense it because unfortunately I actually put my dog down. The gray one, I ended up having to put her down because she showed signs of aggression. She ended up attacking my neighbor and we tried to get her help. We didn't have enough money for a trainer and we didn't have the resources. The final decision was made when she looked at my daughter and was growling at her. She had like whale eyes. She was growling at my toddler and I thought that she wanted my daughter's toy. So I stood between her and my child. I grabbed the toy from my baby and I was just like, are you wanting this? And she looked past me to like continue growling at my daughter. And after seeing this video, because I thought maybe she was just reactive and uncomfortable with my child, but I don't think that it was my child. After seeing this video, I'm convinced that it was this entity that was attached or following my daughter around, that it was making that it was growling at and wanting to attack or just being terrified of.
Dakota is...
You're going to make me do it. Let's go all the way back, you guys. You're going to make me do it. Let's go all the way back in the very beginning.
It off. Her toys would just go off by themselves.
That is a cat's tail. Where's your gray dog? Because 2 dogs are there. Dog 1, dog 2. Where's your cat, girl? And it's actually the same color. If you was to picture almost like a gray black cat with this part like a different color, like the chest hair a different color, that is what you would see on your security camera. Come on, I am a paranormal investigator for reals. I see every detail. All right, debunked. Actually, you know what? I'm already done with this video. I've seen it a couple of times. I've already gave my piece. And yeah, my opinion is not going to change. So let's keep it moving. Let's pass. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me let you guys finish watching this. But just in case, possibly 3 to 4 videos before this. Do not go by playlist. Go by The Strangers Reaction Season 3. Go back like 3, 4 videos and you'll probably watch it. My first reaction, initial reaction to this. And it was, if I'm not mistaken, Bizarre Bub.
aggressive, attacking a neighbor and that resisted attack a house.
I had words comment right when I first lived to the spirit periodically. So I think that's what happened with my dogs. I think they from time to time did sense it because I ended up having tried to get her help. We didn't have when she I thought the toy from continue with my child, this ends growling at and wanting to.
The entity being put down. But the big question remains, who or what is this? For now, it's still a mystery. One night, a man walking home heard a girl crying from a dark street. Wanting to help, he followed the sound with his phone recording. At first, it looked like a girl sitting with her back to him, but as he got closer, the crying stopped and something far more terrifying took its place.
Eh, siapa? Ngapain? Kok nangis di sini? Kamu siapa? Nggak tahu. Kenapa? Kok makin kenceng sih? Hujan ini. Yuk, yuk masuk yuk. Siapa ini? Kenapa? Yuk, yuk masuk yuk. Kena hujan nanti, kena hujan. Yuk, kena hujan yuk. Ayo, yuk, yuk, yuk. Kena hujan nanti. Yuk, yuk, yuk masuk yuk, masuk yuk, masuk yuk. Ayo masuk. Masuk ayo. Ayo. Kenapa? Kamu kenapa?
The man gets closer to the girl, but she's no longer crying. She's laughing creepily. When he touches her shoulder, she turns around, and her face terrifies him so much that he runs away in panic. The footage ends there, leaving the question, was this thing pretending to be a crying girl? And how many others has it lured into that dark alley? For the past
All right. Well, I have to say that is one of those international independent fear films that we were talking about earlier. I've seen that video before. I don't believe it. I don't know what that guy is saying. And even if the transcripts, translating what he was saying is actually real, nah. I don't believe that. I do believe that for some reason, and I have traveled overseas and done investigations, I do believe that for some reason, the paranormal activity across seas in international countries, I'm specifically talking about Dominican Republic, they are intense. Let me tell you, they are intense. And you know what? I'm going to create a video talking about my adventures. I say adventures, but my stranger's journey, and comment on my experiences when I went overseas in the Dominican Republic. Just in case, I'm Dominican, so I've heard people has told me about certain location that was left abandoned due to the loss of the family, and also they just decided just to let it be, not sell the property, but basically let nature take over. But it was mostly due to the paranormal activity that was going on. They were just too afraid to really do anything there. And yeah, it's an amazing story. So, you know what? I'm going to create a video about that specifically. I've gone there plenty of times. I've taken a bunch of pictures. I have my experiences and I'll share with you guys. But regarding this is definitely an independent fear film, and none of it is real. But you guys, with that being said, I'm going to stop it right here for part 2. If you guys are interested to see the rest of this video, make sure you do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.